Welcome back to We're Having Fun. Hi, I'm Mark. Hello.
Hi, I'm Krista.
Hey, yo. What's the dealio? What's up? What's happening?
Nothing.
Cool. Any new news this week? Anything happening? Man, I don't think so.
I don't think so. If there is, I blocked it out.
Yeah. I mean, with everything on strike and everything, I don't expect really a lot coming out. So
No.
I know that Gal Gadot had her, she thought they were going to make another Wonder Woman movie. So she was like, yeah, I talked to them. They were like, yeah, we're going to do it. And then they were like, we didn't say we're not doing that. I'm sorry. So that was awkward. But other than that, I don't think much is going on.
Was that on like Hot Ones or something that she was talking about?
No, I think it was just in an interview.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure she was on Hot Ones
Yeah, I think so.
recently.
Was it recently? I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't watched Hot Ones very much lately.
It may not be. It's just it popped up recently as a suggested video, so I just assumed it was newish.
Yeah.
So it could be from like 3 years ago. I don't know.
Could be. But yeah. All right. Well, then I guess we can get into our movie then if we have nothing else. So, this week,
Let's go.
we are doing Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yep.
Yeah. Probably one of the most overlooked Marvel movies, I'd say, except for Phase 4. Prior to Phase 4, it's one that not many people talked about, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, it came out at a weird time.
Yeah, it was coming off Infinity War. I remember, I think I saw it in theaters. For some reason, I don't feel like I saw it right away, but I probably did. Mm-hmm. But it just kind of feels like I was delayed for some reason. Just because, I don't know. I don't know if I was like, I don't want to watch anything. Everybody's dead. So it feels wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always liked Paul Rudd, Ant-Man. And I remember when I saw it, I liked it, but I had some problems. But then I feel like watching it back, the things I remembered in my head were different than how the movie was, which was weird. So, yeah, I guess we'll go into that as we talk about the movie. But, yeah, I think I liked it better this time watching it.
Yeah, I think I liked it better this time, too. I remember not enjoying certain parts of it as very much.
Yeah.
And as we were watching it again, I was like, yeah, I still don't really enjoy this part very much. There was a section of it that just annoyed me.
Yeah? Well, let's see what that is. Mm-hmm. There was a section that annoyed me too when I first saw it.
But then there was also a section in this one that I was not looking at I was not like writing any notes at all. Because I was just like, I love this. I love this little scene. It's so fun.
I'm wondering if it's the part I didn't like first time.
Okay.
It might have been. We'll see. But yeah. So, all right. So did you see this one in theaters?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
At this point, like,
all theater.
all of them,
all
the rest of them,
yeah.
I have seen.
Okay.
In the theater.
All right. Well, what happened in this movie?
Well, we start off, Hank is talking to Hope.
Yeah.
Basically telling some backstory. Was this at the end of the first movie?
I feel like it was like back in time because she still had the
short hair. Yeah. I mean, the like bob.
Kate Blanchett, Indiana Jones hair.
Sure. Yeah.
Just awful. I hated that haircut.
Yeah, it was a very bad haircut.
Yeah. I
like her hair in this one a lot better.
Yeah.
Talking about how they lost Janet, basically.
Yeah.
It does a little flashback kind of thing. It shows Michelle Pfeiffer as Janet.
Yeah.
She
has a good relationship with Hope.
Yes, and she and Hank are leaving on a secret mission kind of thing.
Hope doesn't want him to go.
Yep, exactly. But they have to go. They have to do their thing. And they head off, and that's when she
goes subatomic, subquantum, I don't know, but
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, to take down that missile.
Yep.
And she's gone forever.
Doesn't come back.
Yep. But then Scott did it in the last movie. He came back, so he's like, maybe.
Yep, exactly.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
Exactly. So Hank has started wondering if he can bring her back.
Yeah.
So
dusting off some old plans for a quantum tunnel.
Yep. They're going to try to get Janet back.
Yep. And we're off.
Yeah. So then we go to present day, I guess. Scott is in the middle of a heist.
Yep.
What is he doing? How's he doing this?
Back to his old ways.
Oh my goodness.
Just can't take it out of him.
But no, it's not actually. Yeah. He's playing with Cassie.
Yeah.
They have like a little tunnel made out of cardboard and everything.
Boxes and blankets and such.
There's even like a little puppet of Anthony.
Yeah.
The ant. And
I can't imagine how long this took.
It had to have taken forever to set up.
Like, he had to have taken like a week before she got there at least. And where'd he get all those boxes?
I don't know.
Man.
So many boxes.
Yeah. Maybe since he's under house arrest, they like bring him his groceries in boxes and such.
Yeah, maybe he's having to do a lot of like shopping online.
He's got Instacart coming in.
I mean, that makes sense.
It's not sponsored by Instacart.
No. So, he's under house arrest.
Yep.
So he's
because of the stuff in Germany when he helped those darn criminals, Captain America.
Yep. So, but he still gets to hang out with Cassie and everything. And Luis is also there.
Yeah.
And he's kind of helping them play around, I guess.
Yeah, but he's working on business stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Because they've started a business.
Yeah, they have started a security business
called XCon.
XCon Security Consultants.
Yeah.
And so they're going through this little
it's like a maze
kind of thing. And the little eye part was really cute.
Yeah, do you have the contact lens to access the door?
Yeah. And it's like this big paper plate that's got like an eyeball drawn on it, and she puts it over her face.
Is it a shout out to the character? Is it Orb? I don't remember his name, but his head's just a big eyeball.
Oh,
he's such a weird character.
We'll never know.
I like to think it was.
Okay. But yeah, they go through all the security and everything, and they get into the treasury room, and there's the treasure. It is a trophy. Yeah. It is a trophy that Cassie gave to Scott, and it is world's greatest grandma.
That's cute.
Yep.
You are the world's greatest grandma.
Exactly. So then, I guess to escape from wherever they have taken this treasure, they have to, there's like a slide down
they're riding an ant.
Like staircase.
Yeah.
And they go through it, and it goes like all the way outside and everything. And then they finally crash.
Yeah. He goes through the fence a little.
His foot goes through the fence. And unfortunately that trips the perimeter alarm.
Yeah.
So
ankle bracelet went off.
Yep. So now we have Jimmy Woo showing up.
Yep. Jimmy Woo. We love Jimmy Woo, man. So great. Love him in the comics, love him here.
So we find out that Scott has 3 days left on his house arrest. Yeah. And then he's going to have like 3 years of probation or something too.
Probably.
Because it's like 2 years of house arrest, 3 years of probation, I think.
Man, that's going to fly by, that probation.
Those 3 years are just going to fly by.
He won't even know. He'll be like, it's already been 5. Weird.
Wow, 3 years feels like 5.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Oh, man. Wow.
God, I'm going to technicality.
Yeah, so, oh my goodness, that's terrible. Yeah, Jimmy Woo's there. Because he's like, I didn't actually leave. My foot just went out in the fence and all this stuff. And they're like, we got to check anyway. He does he's talking about like how he has so much time, and one of the things that he has learned to do is like card tricks.
Yeah.
And so he does
magic.
Yep, he does a little card trick.
Yeah, Jimmy Woo loves it.
Yeah, he loves it. He absolutely loves it. Scott's ex, Maggie, is that her name?
I don't remember her name.
I think her name is Maggie.
Judy Greer.
Yes, and Paxton, of course, her new husband. Yeah. They show up to pick
Who's like not a bad guy. No. It's like so lovable.
Yeah, they show up to pick up Cassie.
Yeah.
Paxton, seems to really like Scott now, because they're all hugging Scott, telling him goodbye and everything, and Paxton goes in there for like 2 different hugs, I think, and he just loves him. It's great.
I like Judy Greer freaking out about everything. Like, you can't do this to him. You actually can. It's part of the thing. Yes. It's not harassment.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, oh, okay.
It's good stuff.
So yeah, they take Cassie, and they're like, okay, next time we see you, you're gonna be free. It's gonna be great. They're all excited about it.
Yep.
We see what Scott's been doing during these 2 years of house arrest. He's got like a little bowling game kind of thing going on.
Yeah, he's bad at it.
He's very bad at it. It just the ball just bounces right over the pins.
Yeah.
He sings karaoke. He's been reading The Fault in Our Stars by John Green.
Yeah.
And crying, of course. He's been making a bunch of paper cranes.
Playing the drums.
Not the drums. Yeah, not the drum
electric drums.
Yeah, electric drums.
Yeah.
So yeah, doing all that kind of stuff.
Just trying to stay busy. he gets in the bathtub. Is this when that happens?
Yes.
And he's just chilling in the bath, and then he's about to fall asleep, and then suddenly
he has like a flashback of being inside the quantum realm at the end of the first movie.
Yep. And then something's flitting around him.
Then he starts seeing these memories.
Yeah.
This memory of a woman playing hide and seek with a little girl. And he looks in the mirror, and it is Janet.
Yeah, but he doesn't know it.
But he doesn't know it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is Janet, yeah. Yeah, it's dumb.
But he's like, he kind of screams, and it wakes him up out of his
before he wakes up, though,
memory dream,
a raptor comes and says, Alan! He wakes up.
Come on.
Alan. I love that so much.
I know you do.
Anyway, wakes up. So he's like, he calls...
Yeah, he has like a burner phone or something that is hidden away, and he calls Hank with it.
Because he's not supposed to have any contact with them. Because they're also on the run.
Yes.
Because it was his suit and all that.
Yeah, so
they're an accessory to the crime.
So he calls Hank and tells him, whatever
I saw
happened.
your girl.
Yep. So I don't know if it's later that day or if it's like the next day or whatever. He's just walking around. He sits down. He's watching TV. He's eating cereal.
Yep.
And suddenly something hits his neck. And he's like, what was that?
It's a little bug. And it was a little bug.
And it was. He gets knocked out.
Yep.
Him falling over with that cereal.
He's trying to take a bite.
It was great.
Just keeps going. Yeah.
It was so good. He wakes up. Hope is driving him around. They're in a tiny car.
Yep.
As in, the car is...
tiny.
a Matchbox car.
Yes.
Basically. And he's like, I can't be out. I can't be away from my house. I have my ankle monitor and everything. And he looks down. It's not there.
Yeah.
Because she just put it on an ant.
Yeah.
A large ant.
And it's trained to do his routine of like being in bed, watching TV.
It's like in bed for like so many hours, watch TV for so many hours, sit in the bathroom for 2 hours. And all this stuff. And he's like, okay. He's listening to it and he's like, okay, when you say it like that sounds like I don't do anything.
What else is he supposed to do?
Exactly.
I think we all remember the COVID and what we were all doing.
Exactly.
At a time, what can you do?
What are you talking about? I was working from home. I was very, very productive.
True.
Yeah, so they have a building with a lab. They've been basically using it as their home base because they can't go to their house.
Right.
Because it's monitored. Because, of course, the FBI is looking for them.
Yeah.
So they have this building where they are making a tunnel into the quantum realm.
Yep. And they think that when they opened it up that there was something in Scott's head that was triggered that maybe Janet put in there. Yeah. So it's triggered when the quantum tunnel was open.
Yeah, because after the first time they opened it, that's when he called and said, hey, I had this weird dream or whatever.
Yeah.
So they think that he and Janet have a quantum entanglement. Because at first he says just entangled with a Janet or whatever. Yeah. When he was in the quantum realm. And he's like, no, I promise I didn't do anything like that. I swear. So he tells him the dream and, not Janet, Hope recognizes, that it's basically one of Janet's memories because she would always hide in the same wardrobe every time they played hide and seek.
So bad.
And he's like, I don't think you understand how hide and seek works.
Seriously.
Which, honestly, yes, that's true.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
I thought she was supposed to be kind of smart.
She was a kid.
Kind of dumb.
I guess, so.
I guess.
Anyway, so they're all like, oh, yay, Janet's alive. So that's proof.
We can find her.
So they go outside. They get into... Well, they shrink down the other car. Hank has like this little... Hot Wheels...
carrier thing.
That has a bunch of different Hot Wheels in it that they can use. I say Hot Wheels, but they're actual cars. But, Yeah. So they pull out a van, make it big and everything, shrink the building, and they carry it around like it's a suitcase. Yep. And they get into the new van and they drive off, and then we see that somebody is watching them. Kind of phasing in and out. Yep. So, don't know who that is.
Don't know.
But Hope has a meeting with someone who has a component for them to buy. So that's where they're heading off to. Yep. So this is Sonny Birch.
Yep.
Cannot remember the name of the guy who plays him.
Walton Goggins.
Yeah, it's not Walter. That's because it always throws me off. I'm like, no.
Walton Goggins.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Don't know much about. I don't think Sonny Birch is like a huge character in the comics, so I I remember when I watched the first one, I was like, who is this? Should I know this guy?
Yeah.
Because he's very prominent in this movie.
Mm-hmm. But he's very annoying in this movie. I can't stand him.
He is. Yeah.
So, yep, she's there to buy this component from him.
Mm-hmm.
And has, like, the money and everything that he asked for. But then, he's like, I know that your name's not Susan. Mm-hmm. You're Hope Van Dyne.
Yeah.
And he basically double crosses her.
Pretty much.
He's like, I know that you've got
this money.
Yeah, because he's like, I know that you've got a lab somewhere that you're using to do all this quantum research, and I want to be a partner with you in that. Yeah. And she's like, no, don't want to do that.
Yeah. So he's like, I'll keep your money. Bye. Go away.
I'm keeping the component. I'm keeping your money.
Yeah.
You can get out of here.
Good day, sir.
Exactly. So she's like, okay.
Yeah.
And walks out, and then she comes back, and she's in her Wasp uniform.
She's waspy.
Yep. And
beats up everybody.
Mm-hmm. Scott is like, you gave her wings? Gave her wings and blasters, apparently. Yeah. So yeah, she just starts beating everybody up. There's a whole kitchen fight.
Yeah.
Which was really fun to watch.
Yeah. They do fun things with enlarging things, like a salt shaker to block the door. And yeah, so it was good.
Mm-hmm. It was a really fun one.
She eventually beats everybody up and then goes to take the component.
Yep.
And she's leaving, but oh no, it's a ghost.
Yep. Yeah, it's Ghost. Let's just say that. Ghost comes in, phasing around and everything. Shows up. They start fighting. Yeah. Scott has to go in and help also.
Scott has it because he doesn't have his old suit anymore because he destroyed it after Germany.
Yes, because he
swears.
Because they told him to destroy it. Yep. Hank and Hope told him to destroy it, and Hank's like, did you destroy it? And he's like, yes, it did. Uh-huh. So it's gone. Yeah. That one doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, but it's okay. Hank has a suit for him, and it's a little buggy though.
Yeah, it's like a prototype kind of thing. So he lets him use it. Mm-hmm. So they go in there. He goes in there and helps fight. Yep. Unfortunately, it doesn't really help much. Yeah. Because Ghost ends up taking the component. Mm-hmm. And then goes out to the van. And steals takes the building also.
Yep. Beats up Hank.
Yep.
Yeah. Ghost, I've only ever read in the comics when they were on the Thunderbolts. And I always thought they were interesting. They're very, like, anti-corporations. Mm-hmm. So they're always, like, just overthrowing corporations and going after CEOs and stuff like that. Okay. So they go after Tony Stark a lot. Okay. But, yeah. I thought they were cool. I was excited to see Ghost in this. Okay. And I think they did well with it overall. So.
I thought she was a pretty interesting character.
Good job, Ghost.
So they're like, all right, now what are we going to do? We can't track it down. We've got to figure out, we don't even have a base. We don't even have like a headquarters to work from. Can't go to Scott's apartment or house. Can't go to their house because everything's under surveillance. Yep. So where can they go? They go to the ex-con office.
There you go.
So
Hank
we get to see...
very against it. I don't know why he's so against it.
I don't either.
Those guys are lovable.
I was we get to see all of our friends again.
Luis,
Dave,
T.I.
I can't remember what T.I.'s character's name is.
I don't remember either.
But the other one is Dave.
I like to just think he's T.I. in this.
Yeah, he's just T.I. Yeah, I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah, Polka Dot Man.
Yep. So we get to see those three guys again. Yep. It's always fun. And they talk about how, Ghost was quantum phasing. Mm-hmm. And how can we figure out how to find this person and everything.
Mm-hmm. How to find their building.
Yep. Exactly. How to track them down. Track down the building. Well, Bill Foster may be able to help them.
Yep.
So that's what they're gonna do now. They're gonna go find Bill Foster.
Yeah. Working at a university or something.
We see Ghost go back to her home. Mm-hmm. There's like a special
little
chamber that stops her from phasing.
Yeah.
So, interesting.
Yep.
So they go see Bill. They show up. They're wearing like hoodies and baseball caps. That's their disguise.
Yeah. They'll never recognize them.
And Scott's like, we just look like we're going to a baseball game.
Yeah.
But they go sit in at the end of one of his classes. Mm-hmm. He sees them in the back. He's like, okay, let's end this class early because I gotta talk to these people. Yeah, everybody's bored. I gotta talk to these people. Yeah. So let's just get out of here. Go on.
Yeah.
You have like an extra 15 minutes to do whatever, you know.
Man, I would have killed for that in college.
That very rarely happens.
Yep.
The first day it happens usually.
Yeah.
Because they're just going over the syllabus. Unless you have somebody who just will not let you go.
That were like, okay, we're going over the syllabus. All right, let's go ahead and start chapter 1. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's like...
Oh, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's first day.
Exactly. But man, you would get those that you'd be there for like maybe 15 minutes. And they'd be like, yeah, you can go on. Yeah. We're done. Just be ready for the next class on Wednesday or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like, yes.
Those ones that started, you just knew that semester was going to be awful with them.
Oh,
it usually was.
I had one class that, first of all, I didn't want to take this class, but it was the only one that I could get into.
Yeah.
And I got in there the first day. We go over the syllabus really quickly. He starts immediately doing work, like doing coursework. Almost made somebody cry.
First day.
And I was like, I can't do this. I gotta get out of this class. So immediately, as soon as I was out of that class, I was like, I need to go to my advisor right now. Right now. Absolutely right now.
What did they make somebody cry about? Or almost.
I don't know. It was some kind of poetry class.
Uh-huh.
And the guy, he was like, read this aloud. And the guy started reading it and he would like say something wrong.
Oh my God.
And he was the teacher was very nitpicky. It was like, you have to read this the way that I want you to read it or it's incorrect. I was like, I can't. I was like, nope.
That sounds like the worst person.
Gotta get out. Can't do this. So yeah, I went to my advisor. I was like, you have to get me out of this class.
Yeah.
He was like, is there any other class you want to take? I was like, I wanted to take this other class, but it was full and I couldn't get into it. So I just took that one as a last resort. And he's like, I'll get you in that other class. Nice. I was like, thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Well,
so I didn't have to deal with it because I was like, I'm not gonna like this.
No, that sounds awful.
So anyway.
Yeah. Bill Foster.
Good job. Just let him out early. So you find out that Bill was Hank's partner. He was his friend. He's his ex-partner on Project Goliath.
Mm-hmm. And in the comics, he is known as Goliath or...
Oh no.
Black Goliath. Because they had to specify. They just had to specify he's the black version. Comics, man, were tough back in the day.
Come on.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, at least it was just Project Goliath in this. At least now they're like, oh, no. We can't do that. Yeah. That's, no.
He was also a giant man, too, which is
basically a Goliath.
Yep.
Oh, man. So they're talking. They look out. Jimmy Woo's out there around with some of his agents.
Surprisingly.
Somebody recognized somebody.
Who knew?
Somebody recognized Hope and Hank.
Does he tell them about Ghost, or is that later?
He tells them a way that they can use some of the tech that they have to create something that would, like, pinpoint a location.
Okay. So he doesn't go into the backstory yet.
No, they don't go into the backstory yet. Okay. But, yes, because they're like, oh, crap, we gotta go, because they're here.
They also compare, like, Goliath, or Bill Foster's like, I got up to 25 feet. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How tall did you get? He's like, I don't want to say.
Yeah.
42 feet or something like that.
Yeah, it's like, wow, You're like, okay, let's stop this. So they have to get out of there, and that's when he's like, okay, well, you can do this, reverse this thing, and it should help you track down whatever you need. Yeah. And so they're like, all right, thanks, and they head out.
Yeah.
So they get back out to the van. They're like, okay, well, can't really do what he wanted us to do because
we don't have an old suit.
We don't have the old suit. And because the new suit, of course, they've changed how they do it. Mm-hmm. And Scott's like, well...
what if?
Okay, so hypothetically, what if I didn't destroy the suit when I said that I had?
Yep.
And yeah, it is so funny because Hank's like, you didn't destroy the suit? It's like... Yeah. Bro, you should be happy now. Yeah. So, because even when he said he did destroy his suit, Hank's like, that was my life's work.
What were you doing?
And then Scott's like, well, I didn't destroy it because it's your life's work.
Yeah. He knows where it's being kept.
He knows where it is. It's in
the greatest grandma.
Yeah, world's greatest grandma trophy. So they get Luis to go in and grab it. Yeah. It's not there.
Yeah. Because Cassie had been talking about, I want to take it to school for show and tell.
Exactly.
And like, oh no.
Oh crap. So that's where it is. Cassie took it to show and tell.
Yes.
So,
it's a school heist.
Yes, it's a school heist.
Yep.
Have to go into the school, get the, find the trophy, get the suit, get out.
Yep.
Everything seems to be going fine until the regulator on the new suit is messed up.
Yeah, he gets really big in a janitor's closet.
He goes...
And then he gets kind of small.
Kind of small. He's like kid size, but like small kid size. Like toddler size, basically.
Yeah.
Because he's smaller, it looks like, than the other kids in the school.
Yeah. And they're like, sweet, let's give him a hoodie.
Let's give him a hoodie from the Lost and Found. Yep. And so it is really funny seeing him run around.
See, this is the part I hated when I saw it the first time. I thought it looked awful.
Oh, it does look awful.
I felt like it looked worse in the theaters because I don't know, it was bigger. I don't know. But I was like, oh, this looks so bad. I hate this so much.
Yeah, anytime that they have people different sizes like that.
Yeah.
If it's done just through CGI, it always looks a little bit wrong.
Yeah. I didn't think it looked as bad when we were watching this. I was like, okay. It's not so bad. And it was shorter than I remembered.
Yeah, it doesn't take
that long. I felt like
long.
it took forever. And I was just like, oh my gosh, just stop.
But no, it doesn't take that long. They get into the classroom.
Yeah.
He has trouble, of course, because
reaching up.
It's on like the top cubby hole. So Hope has to grab it for him.
Yeah.
And he gets it out. They get the suit. They put it back. They're out of there.
Yep.
They only see one other person once.
Brian Husky.
And I guess he's like another teacher or whatever. Because he's like, where's your hall pass? And he just keeps running. Yeah, so they get out of there pretty easily.
Yep. So they're able to locate the building with something in the suit.
Whatever was in the suit.
Yeah.
Yep. So they found the lab. It's like triangulated.
Yep.
And it takes them to the cabin where Ghost lives. They go in there. Hank stays outside, but they go in. They see everything they need. They see Ghost in her little chamber.
She's sleeping. Yeah, everything's fine.
So they're like, all right, let's grab this stuff and go. And they start to grab it, and then Ghost knocks them out.
Yeah.
She got up real fast.
They thought she needed the suit to phase because she's not wearing it. It's hanging up so creepily in the hallway.
Just staring at them.
Yeah. It's scarier with nobody in it.
Oh, yeah.
It's any other time in the movie.
It is. It really is.
So weird.
Because it's like, is there somebody in there? I know there's not somebody in there, but it's just staring at me. It's real weird. Yeah,
she's able to face through real quick and get the jump on him.
Yep, so she knocks him out.
Yep.
Scott wakes up.
At some point, she knocked out Hank.
Yeah. Scott wakes up. He's tied to a chair. Hope and Hank are tied to chairs next to him. They're still knocked out.
Yeah.
And she's talking to him. I don't remember what she talks to Scott about. Because she talks to him.
She says she wants something in his head.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because she wants to find that connection that he has with Janet also.
Yeah, because she needs that energy.
Yep. So she wakes up the other two.
Yeah.
This is where we go a little bit into her. Yeah. Not too much. We find out like that her name is Ava. She says that. The suit helps her control her phasing and the pain. She's like constantly in pain from all the phasing. But then someone else shows up at this point, and it's Bill Foster. He's here, and this is where we finally get her backstory.
Yeah, because she's mad at Hank.
She is very mad at Hank because her father was Elias Starr. Hank fired him and discredited him. Basically, they were working together on quantum
mania
stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And so since he basically had nothing else going for him, they went down to like Argentina or whatever. He took his family to Argentina, built a lab there, started doing experiments, but
it started going wrong.
Yeah, things started going wrong. He was a little too careless, I guess.
Yeah.
And
wasn't safe with it.
Yeah, exactly. So there was a big explosion.
It was starting to blow up. He told them to go away, the mom and the daughter.
Yeah, but of course she's like, "No, Dad," and ran back in.
I didn't want him to die alone.
Yeah, so her parents both get killed in the explosion.
Yeah, but
she's the only one who made it out.
Yeah, but they can't touch her.
Yeah, she's
phased.
She just phases right through everything.
She's quantum. intangible. I don't
Sure.
know.
It's called molecular disequilibrium.
Sure, there we go. Yeah.
So Bill comes to her. He's like, I'll help you out or whatever.
Yeah. He
Shield
does his best.
Yeah, but
Shield's the worst.
Yeah, Shield is pretty bad for her, to her, whatever. They train her up to be a stealth operative.
Yeah, she's a killer.
Yep. But then they're like, okay, well, now that you've done what we want you to do, we're going to kill you.
Yeah, we don't need you no more.
And she's like, you're going to what now? So Bill takes her in.
Yeah.
So now we know her.
I think it was probably once the Hydra Shield fallout happened.
Probably.
That, they probably didn't want her anymore.
Probably. So he took her in and
made me breakfast. Bill took me in and made me breakfast.
And he said, I come from land down under.
What quantums roll?
So they're trying to figure out a way to stop her phasing. They think that if they can get Janet, as she's...
Or just find a way to siphon off the quantum energy from her.
Exactly, that they can stop her from phasing and help her out.
Yep.
So that's why that's why they need the lab and everything. That's why they need Scott. And then they're doing all this talking. Scott's phone starts going off.
Yeah.
It's like quack,
he keeps getting texts. I loved it because they're trying to be so serious about what's going on, and it's just quacking
in the background. Yep. So he's like, "Can you tell me who that's from?"
Yeah.
And it's like it's from Cassie. It says 911. He's like, "Just let me talk to her. It's an emergency. I have to talk to her."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, you can't." It's like then it's like a phone call, a video call, and so he's like, "Okay, fine." So he lets him do a video call with her.
Yeah.
He's like, "What's happening? What's the emergency?"
Yeah.
I can't find my soccer shoes or something like that. He's like, oh my gosh.
Okay, I'll look around for him.
Exactly.
It's like, sorry, I thought it was an emergency.
Yep. Oh man. So they're like, all right, well we're gonna get this information from Scott's head or whatever. They're gonna leave Hank and Hope there.
Yeah.
And then Hank starts he's
having a heart attack.
He's having a heart attack.
It's going bad. Oh no.
He needs his pills. They're in the Altoid tin.
Yes.
So
which we knew that Altoid tin because he got that suit out of it earlier. But like there's no Altoids in that tin. I don't know how Altoids would help with the heart attack anyway, but still.
Well, it wouldn't have been Altoids. It was would have been pills, his medicine. But it would have been like his nitroglycerin or whatever.
We know he's sneaky.
So Ghost, of course, realizes it just as Bill is opening the Altoid tin. She's like, don't open that tin! But he does. It's too late. A bunch of ants jump out. They're big ants.
Yeah, big ants.
They turn big real quick.
Yeah.
And they
untie everybody.
Yeah, they untie everybody. They use their little pincers, I guess, to untie everybody.
And they surround Bill Foster.
Yep.
He gets surrounded by ants.
Ants a lot.
Multiple times.
Yes, at least twice.
He is very afraid of these ants.
Yeah,
which, to be fair, what we see them do to, like, Kang eventually.
That's true.
They can be...
They're formidable.
Pretty ferocious, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, they get out and they grab the lab and start...
running.
I think sorry, I was just trying to think of what happens. They do leave. They do get out of there, right? And I guess they go like further into the woods or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they end up setting the lab up in the woods.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what they did to like...
Because she shoots Ghost with like one of those blasters and it messes with her phasing.
Okay.
So she's kind of stunned. She can't follow him.
Okay.
Bill Foster's surrounded by ants. So of course he can't go anywhere. So they're able to get away.
Okay. So meanwhile, actually, I take that back. So yeah, they set up the lab in the woods. They're in there. They're showing Scott the tunnel that they've created and everything. Yep. And he gets a call from Luis. And Luis is like, our only client basically is we forgot to include something in their deal or whatever, and we have to have a meeting with him, and we need you and all this stuff, and we need the plans. And so Scott's like, okay, well, you can I can't leave. You can come meet me here, and gives him like the location where they are. So he's like, okay, I'll head out. And I'll be at the lab soon. Unfortunately, before he can leave, Burst shows up.
Yeah.
At the security company.
Yep.
And he's like, tell me where Scott Lang is.
Yeah.
And
they won't give him up.
No, he won't. He's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. So they're like, well, we're going to make you tell us. And my friend here has this
ways of making you talk.
Yeah, basically. He opens up like a container that has these
syringes.
Yeah, syringes, and it has little vials of something.
Some serum or something.
Yep. And they're like, oh my gosh, it's truth serum.
Yeah.
And there's like, truth serum's not a real thing. It's just on like TV or whatever.
Stuff. Yeah. It's
like
not truth serum.
It's just gonna tell you, it's just gonna make you more susceptible to our questioning and all this stuff. And he's like, that's truth serum.
That's truth serum.
That sounds like truth serum to me. Yep.
Like, it's not truth serum.
So they do give them, they give Luis the truth serum.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the part that I was like, man, I love this.
Yeah.
I love Luis.
He is great. He's so good. He's one of the best parts of the movie.
Oh my gosh. So I literally, the only thing that I have written down is Luis is great. Because I was just too busy watching it.
Yeah, he goes back like the whole story of how they met.
How he met Scott. Because they're like,
got out and...
Because he asks him, where is Scott?
Yeah.
And so he starts talking about how they met.
In the beginning, yeah.
And I love the way they do it too, because he's telling the story and he's like paraphrasing for the characters. But it's like showing it.
Characters, and they're like lip syncing to his explanation.
It's very drunk history, and I love drunk history. Yeah. So,
that's good.
So,
it even cuts back to like his aunt's restaurant in Mexico or something.
Yes.
That only plays Morrissey on the jukebox.
On the jukebox, exactly.
For some reason, it's real popular in Mexico.
Yeah. And it talks about how, he tells them how he met Hope and everything. Yeah. And then Hope was like mad at him because he went to help Captain America and everything. Uh-huh. It's just the whole backstory, basically. Yeah. He gets all the way up
to us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's just so fun.
Yeah.
It's just so fun. I love it. Good. I love that part.
And then they just get tired of it.
Yeah, because like, he's finally like, no, okay, I don't want to know where he is. I don't want to know where he is mentally. Yeah. I want to know where he is physically. Yes. Please just tell us where he is.
Yeah.
So they find out that he's out in the woods.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think he's like, okay, no.
As soon as he tells him that, Ghost pops in.
That's right.
Ghost pops in and she's like, he's in the woods. And
finally.
Yeah, exactly. And then she just disappears. Yeah. But of course, Dave is like, Baba Yaga, because he's already been talking about Baba Yaga.
The witch.
Earlier. The witch. Yeah. Exactly. So he kind of freaks out about it. Yeah. And then Birch is like, oh, crap.
Well, she knows. So we're not going to get there in time.
Exactly.
So
got to call somebody else.
On the inside of the FBI. They'll head over there.
Exactly. So he calls the feds, lets them know. So Jimmy Woo and his
It's one of Jimmy Woo's like associates he sucks.
Yes. I don't know his name.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. I think they said it, but I don't.
He looks a little bit like the bad guy from WandaVision. I don't think it is the same guy, but he looks. Yeah. They look kind of similar. It's like they could be brothers, like his dad or something. or something related. Like it's like it's a cousin or something.
Yeah.
So he calls him, and they're heading out to get him.
Yep.
Inside the lab, they start the tunnel. It doesn't go very well. Mm-hmm. So they're like, oh, darn it. There must be something wrong. Because as it starts, they're like, Scott, just stand there. Just wait until there's...
Yeah, if you feel something from Janet, let us know.
Exactly. Hopefully she'll send like a message to you or whatever. So they're waiting for that. The tunnel stops.
Yeah.
Scott walks over. He's like, no, let me do this.
Something wrong with the algorithm.
Exactly. He starts typing stuff and they're like, what in the world? And you realize Scott is possessed by Janet at this point, basically.
Janet's taken over.
Exactly. And he knows where she is, of course, because it's her.
It's her. And she's had a lot of time to think about the algorithm and how to make everything work. And So she's helping them find the coordinates to her, basically. Yes.
So they like even walk over to like a different area and everything. Yeah. And of course he looks at Hank and just kind of like caresses Hank's face and then looks over at Hope and is like, Jelly Bean, because that's what Janet always called her.
You're so smart.
I think it's really cute that Janet would call Hope Jelly Bean, and then of course, Scott and Cassie. Scott calls Cassie Peanut, and they each have their cute little nicknames for them.
Yeah.
So anyway, they go over to a different area. Scott is still doing this thing. Mm-hmm. Well, Janet is still doing this thing, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it starts to work, and
they hold hands.
Because because like Janet and Hank are holding hands, and then eventually she holds hands with Hope and everything, and they've got it. They've got the coordinates. And then Scott's like, I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
I guess it just didn't work, you know? And he's like, well, how did we get up here?
Yeah.
And then he looks over and he's like, why am I holding Hank's hand? So he doesn't remember anything that happened while she was possessing him, basically. Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, it was good. I loved him being possessed by Janet.
Yes.
Paul Rudd's very great at that.
Yeah.
So it's very funny.
Because I remember watching that in the movie theater. I was just like, this is great.
Yeah.
There were, like I said, there's several moments in this movie that are just really good.
Yeah.
And then there's others that's like, okay.
Yeah.
But that was a really good one. So now they know how to get to Janet.
They have 2 hours before it closes, and then it won't open back up for another century.
Yeah.
So they gotta do it now.
Don't have a lot of time.
They don't make it. It's weird. They have to wait another century.
It's really weird, yeah.
Weird movie.
So,
I think then Luis calls.
And it's like...
Everybody's on their way. Feds are on their way.
Yep.
Ghosts on the way.
Yep.
Good luck.
So he's like, I've got to get home because they're going to find that I'm not there.
Yep.
So he borrows the suit and he heads out.
Yeah. And Janet's a little mad at him, but come on. Like,
you mean Hope?
Sure. I always forget.
I think I mixed them up earlier already too, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, but like, come on. Like, if
he doesn't get back in time, he's going to be in jail for 10 years.
Yeah,
and that's
20 years.
20 years, whatever. I couldn't remember if it was 10 or 20. That's going to be even more time that he's not going to have with his kid.
Yeah. So why don't you
he's got like 1 day, however much time is left at this point.
Y'all can shrink everything down and leave.
Exactly.
You don't need him there to do it.
Exactly.
So go.
So yeah, he goes off. At his house, his ex-wife and Paxton, Cassie, they're all there. They're looking for Cassie's shoes.
Trying to get them soccer shoes.
Yep.
Cassie goes upstairs and finds the aunt taking a bath.
Yes, exactly. Because he had told them that he couldn't, while they were on the phone, he couldn't look for the shoes right then because he was sick.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
So then Jimmy Woo comes storming in the door.
Exactly.
And they're like, what are you doing? Judy Greer's trying to stop him, of course.
Yeah, exactly. And then Cassie tries to stop him, too. And she's like, he's really sick. And it's like, I don't care.
Up everywhere.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, like, he threw up a lot.
Gross. And Jimmy was like, really, like a lot?
Yeah, like really a lot. It's like,
I'm in the FBI. I'm seeing it all. Don't worry. Like, really, though? A lot, though?
Yeah. So he goes upstairs, and Scott's there. He's coming out of the bathroom. He looks like he's pretending that he's real sick.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't catch him out, so I can't really do anything.
That's right.
But while all of this is happening at Scott's house, they finally get out of the building, out of the lab.
Leave,
They shrink the building down, and when they do, behind where the building was is just so many feds everywhere. So they've been caught.
Yep.
So Jimmy Woo gets a phone call saying that,
we got him.
We got the others. So he's like, yes.
We got him.
He's like, I'm so excited, yes. And he's like, oh, sorry, Scott. I know that you're like your friends and stuff, but I just really needed to win. Okay.
Yeah.
So, so he leaves.
Yeah.
The agent that Birch had called, he tries to get the lab, of course.
Yeah, he steals it out of the van. They put it in, tries to put it in his own car.
But Ghost gets there first and grabs it and knocks him out.
Chest punches him.
Yep, and so she gets
out
of there.
Does the heart punch from Kill Bill.
Yeah. So they're interrogating Hank and Hope. And the agent who is interrogating them is the guy who did the voice for Dutch Van der Linde in Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2. Because I was like, wait a minute, he looks familiar. So I watched a lot of interviews with the cast of that, but so that was pretty cool.
And he's also in Guardians 3, we found out.
Yep.
As the guy that falls in love with Drax.
It's just so funny.
That was great.
Oh, man. Yeah, so he leaves them there. Hope is gonna, throw something at some kind of explosive thing at the wall and get him out of there.
Yeah.
But before she can do that, Scott shows up.
Yeah.
And helps them escape.
Freeze them.
Yep. So they escape out of there, but they're being followed, of course, by Birch and his guys.
Cronies.
Yep. They, of course, don't have the lab because Ghost has it. So Hank has created a new tracker for the lab, which is just a bunch of ants flying in a arrow formation. Yep. So they follow that. And they make it there. And Hank wants to be the one to go in and go through the tunnel and get Janet.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be better because that way Scott and Hope can stay out and they can like stop anybody trying to stop them. So they figure out this plan because they know that Burke is after. No, not Burke.
Bert.
They know that Birch. Do they know that Birch is after him? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
But they know that Ghost is going to try to stop him. So they have to come up with some plan for that. But Hank ends up making it inside. Ghost is out trying to find Scott.
Yeah, he's in the building next door.
Mm-hmm. Hank goes in, he talks to Bill, and he's like, I'll help save Ava if you just let me go in there and get Janet out. We'll figure out something.
You're going to kill Janet if you do that, so don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. And so Bill's like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
And
we said Bill's not such a bad guy, because Ghost wanted to, like, capture Cassie and kidnap her, and he's like, no, you're not going to lay a finger on her.
It's like, don't touch that little girl.
We're not going to do it that way.
Exactly. So it's like, okay, Bill's pretty good guy.
I mean, he's not terrible.
Yeah, he's not the worst villain, that's for sure. He can be reasonable, you know? Yes. Unlike some.
Yes. He's no Birch.
Yeah, exactly. So, of course, Hank surrounds him with ants again and makes him leave the building.
Just walk him out the elevator.
So he leaves the building. Hank goes in through, they have the tunnel going and everything. So he goes through the tunnel. He's heading into the quantum realm.
Yep.
And as soon as he's in there, they shrink the lab.
Yep. And Ghost is like, oh, dang it. Because Scott was just a diversion.
Yep,
like his magic tricks.
Exactly.
And Hope and Louise pick up the building in the van.
Yep.
And they take off.
But then, of course, here comes Birch with all of his guys and all of their cars. And so she's like, oh, okay, well, we'll just go a different way. So they turn around and there's a big car chase. Exactly.
Yeah. It's a big car chase.
Yes.
Through San Francisco, maybe.
It's
very hilly.
Are they in San Francisco?
I don't know.
I guess so.
It's a Bayside. It's
I guess
very
it's
hilly.
San Francisco.
I'm thinking maybe San Francisco, but I could be wrong.
Because I was like, but why
could be like San Diego.
But why is Scott not in New York? But Scott was never in New York.
Yeah.
It's like, he was never in New York. What am I thinking? I don't know. So yeah, I think it's like San Francisco or something.
Probably.
Anyway, this is the part that annoys me. Okay. Because I said there was a scene that annoys me.
Uh-huh.
And it's just this whole thing, which honestly the whole lab situation annoys me because everybody is just, that lab is just tossed around from hand to hand the whole time. Everywhere. I was just like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Just set this lab down somewhere. Leave me alone.
I thought it was a good chase. Good, everybody. A lot of fun parts to it. I think I liked it better this time, but it still annoyed me. So I'm just like, oh my god. So at one point they Hope is like shrinking motorcycles and cars and stuff, and she shrinks a car that is not one of the people that's chasing after him. Yep.
It's Stanley.
Yep, Stanley's car.
Yep, so he's just like, oh well.
Yep. She enlarges a Hello Kitty Pez dispenser and throws it out at him.
Yep.
It's pretty good. Ghost finally catches up to him, and she starts taking over.
Yep. She steals the lab again.
Yep. She's in a flatbed truck.
Yep.
Fighting Hope.
Yep. But then Hope ends up getting... This was the part that got me, because it's like, in one sentence I have, Ghost steals the lab again, Hope gets it, then Birch gets it, because it was just like, immediately just gone to somebody else.
Yep.
So Birch now has the lab. And I was like, how's he going to get into it? Because I forgot that there was a remote to it.
Yeah, they had put the remote on the building originally, but then I guess Louise had grabbed it.
Well, it was... Luis and Hope were in an accident. They like crashed the van, and when they crashed the van, I think it like flung off of the lab or something, because it was in the floor in the van. Okay. That's where Luis found it. It had fallen off.
Okay.
So Luis is like, "Don't you need like this remote for this lab?" They're like, "Yeah, we do. So bring it. We're going down this way, whatever." So he gets to choose his ride from the Matchbox car. Yeah, his Matchbox car. Close enough. So yeah, from the Hot Wheels thing. So yeah, he chooses his car and heads to where the others are.
Yep.
There's a lot of car chase. There's a lot of switching down to like a small, tiny car and then back into normal car version.
Yep.
There's a big wreck down like a little curvy road kind of thing. Yep. Then inside the quantum realm, Hank is in there He almost gets eaten by tardigrades.
Yep.
And then he finally gets down to past whatever, I forget what it was called, the quantum...
Yeah, I don't remember.
Something, I don't know. Everything's quantum down there. So.
Yeah.
The quantum void, that was it.
Yeah.
He goes through the quantum void finally, and that's where Janet is supposed to be. So he's looking for her. He starts kind of going crazy a little bit.
Mm-hmm, because it messes with your mind.
Yep, but then he goes into a memory, but it's not really a memory. It starts off kind of like a memory.
Him back home, yeah.
Yep, but Hope is there as a kid, but then she's normal. She's like, Big Hope, adult Hope, and then Scott is there, and Bill Foster is there. And it's just it's like, okay, and then somebody comes up to him, and they have like a mask on, and they're wearing like looks like a shroud, basically.
Yep, the old pole arm, a glaive, if you will.
And that person comes up to him and like touches his head, and it takes him back out of that memory or whatever.
Yep.
And then there they are. They're right there together, it's Janet.
Yeah.
So he found her. Yep, he found her, or she found him. Whatever. They kiss.
Yep.
So they're like, okay, let's get out of here. And then they're like, they get some little message, and it's like, you can't get out because, of course, the lab
signal from the lab.
Yeah, the lab is still small, so they can't get out yet.
Yep.
So they have to wait until it's big again. So they're waiting for that. Scott, at one point, is on this...
Yeah, he got that flatbed truck because the one that Ghost was driving, and she put a toolbox on the gas pedal, so it was just going.
Yep.
And he had to stop it. He got big to stop it, took the toolbox off, and now he's just skateboarding pretty much with it around. Yep.
So he goes up next to Birch in his car, and... I guess
Birch eventually takes off and gets on a boat.
Oh, at one point he comes up next to him. That's right. And this guy, one of the guys in there pulls a gun, and he just kind of like flicks the gun.
Nope.
Which was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But Birch gets away, and he gets onto like a ferry or whatever.
Yeah, it's a whale watching boat.
Oh, that's what it was. It's a whale watching boat. That's right. In the bay.
Yeah. The Tim Heidecker is the guy doing the tour. Which, listen,
I know
he seems like a very nice guy, but man, I hate Tim Heidecker.
I know you don't like
much.
him. I know.
I hate that Tim and Eric show so much. I can't even tell you. And just every time I see him, I'm like, I don't like you.
He's not in it very much.
He's not. He does nothing that would offend me at all. But every time I see him, it's still just like, oh.
And this guy. Oh, man. So Scott has to try to get out there to the boat.
Yep.
He tries calling ants to him. Every time one flies up, a bird eats it.
Yeah.
There's seagulls everywhere.
You murderers.
So one of them finally makes it. He jumps on it, of course. There's a bird following him. Of course, that bird also eats that ant. He falls into the water.
After he named it.
Yeah, he named it
Antonio Banderas.
Yep, Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
And he's like, Antonio! So, yeah. Poor guy. But he falls into the water. And then they're like, oh, look, there's a whale right there. He's about to surface.
Something's coming out of the water.
It is not a whale. It is
big
gigantic. Yeah, it's a gigantic Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I'm getting this building.
Yep.
So he grabs the building, and then he just kind of pushes
him over.
just for good measure. Because why not? I would want to do that too.
Yep.
Takes the building.
Goes back to shore, but it's taken a lot out of him.
Yeah, because when he was big, after he was big in Germany, he slept for like 3 days straight because it just takes all of his energy. Yep. So he takes it over there and just kind of pushes it and tells Luis, go get the lab or whatever.
Yeah.
And so then he just kind of passes out in the water. And Hope sees it, and she's like, okay, I gotta go save him.
Yeah.
So she goes to save him.
He's running out of air.
Yep. Luis is going for the lab, but Ghost kicks him and grabs the remote and makes the building big again, right in front of this huge crowd.
Yeah.
Don't know how everyone...
the streets and cars and everything.
Don't know how everyone didn't die, but
Yeah, I mean, people might have.
Might have.
We don't know.
Yep. But now that the lab is big again, Hank and Janet can get out of there. So they start heading out of the quantum realm. Luis is like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then Birch shows up and he's like, well, crap. And Birch is like, where's the remote? It's like, why are you asking for the remote? I guess so that they can make it small again or whatever.
I guess so,
but it's like the lab is literally right there. He's like, I don't have it. Some ghost took it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, his two friends show up and tase him. They tase the guys.
Boys.
Yep. And so they're out.
Yep.
So Ghost is in there. Janet and Hank are on their way out. So she starts extracting whatever it is that she's trying to get out of that.
Yeah.
Hope
Janet's not happy about it.
Yeah. Hope does save Scott, of course. Mm-hmm. And they go in there to stop Ghost.
Yep.
And they do stop her.
Yeah, they pretty much turn the machine off, unplug the hoses.
Yep.
Ghost's mad.
Yep. So they start fighting and everything, but then Janet and Hank make it out.
Yep. Hope almost gets run over. Mm-hmm. Scott has to save her.
Ghost gets
slammed by he could have saved both of them, but he's like
nah, just hope.
Yeah, she just got slammed on that windshield.
Well, honestly, he might have tried, even if he had tried to grab her, she might have phased.
That's possible, but he didn't even try.
He didn't even try. He's like, nah, I'm not here for that.
Yeah, same my problem.
So the little thing opens up, Janet comes out, Janet and Hope reunite and everything.
Yep.
And then Ghost is there, of course. Janet goes over and is like, I think I can help you.
I feel your pain.
And she does whatever she did to, like, pull Hank out of that memory kind of thing. Uh-huh. And that's what saves Ghost.
Yeah. So it's temporary, though.
Yeah, apparently. It is temporary.
She basically just transfers that quantum energy to her.
It's like quantum healing something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's healing energy or whatever. So that temporarily has fixed her. Mm-hmm. And that's it.
She's nice now.
They're like, okay, let's get out of here.
Yep.
Because they got to get out of there before the feds show up, of course.
Yep. Because they've seen Scott on TV.
Yes, and they're showing
Big Ant-Man causing havoc.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're on their way there to. Some of them are on their way there. Some of them are on their way to Scott's house.
Yep.
And so they all leave. They shrink the lab again and get out of there.
Birch and his men are caught outside by the feds.
Yep.
And they've been given the truth serum.
Yep.
So they're all telling the truth about what happened.
About how they've killed a bunch of people and all this stuff. And it's like, oh,
and the restaurants which serves bad food or something.
And then the one guy's like, oh, it is truth serum. Yeah. Scott makes it back home in time before Jimmy Woo gets there.
When Jimmy Woo gets there.
So he's there where he's supposed to be.
Is it time for my release now?
Yep.
Has it been 2 years
exactly
already?
So they're like, yeah, fine.
Yeah. They release him.
They release him. And Jimmy Woo's like, I'll be seeing you or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, when?
Where?
And why, whatever. And he's like,
I just meant like
around, in case you get in trouble again. I'll
be watching you. I'll arrest you if I need to.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like
have dinner or something. Yeah.
Do you want to get dinner?
Yeah. And he's like,
I'm free if you want. And Scott's like, no, I don't.
No, I'm good.
No, yeah, okay. It's fine.
I just thought since you said that maybe.
I wish they were though. I want them to be friends.
I want them to be best friends.
Just be best friends already.
Please.
Gosh.
Yeah, so that was cute. So now he's no longer under house arrest.
Yay.
So he gets to go to...
Goes, picks up Cassie.
Yep, to see Cassie.
Yeah.
And everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Ex-con security consultant's business is doing well.
Yeah, because they were on the news.
Yep, and they were about to have to shut down the business, basically.
That was one thing he said in the truth serum, is that they were broke.
Yep.
They needed that account real bad.
Exactly. But now, they've been on the news and everything. They're doing really well.
Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to do business with them.
Hank and Janet go on some vacation. They take the house and set it up on the beach. Yep. Scott and Hope and Cassie have a movie night. Mm-hmm. They're in the car.
Drive-in movie.
Driving. The theater is actually a laptop. They're in one of the tiny cars. A moth comes and attacks the car. Everything. It's like, oh, moth dust everywhere. Gross.
Cassie spills the beans that Scott wanted Hope to be his partner.
Even though we didn't talk about that part, but whatever.
Cassie was like, I'll be your partner. I'll watch your back.
So cute.
And he's like, I can't. That would be irresponsible of me.
Yeah. I would be an irresponsible dad.
I can't. But she's going to grow up to be stature, so...
Well, I mean, we know that they kind of become partners in the third one, so...
Yep.
Yeah. So I think we covered... Oh, and Ava, of course, Bill's like, we'll figure out something. Because she's going to go off on her own and do everything, but he's like, I'll come with you, I'll help you.
Yeah.
So she's like, okay. Sounds good.
Yay.
So there we go. That is the movie.
Yep.
So we have a mid-credit scene.
Yes.
And...
Which I was really looking forward to these after-credit scenes. Because Infinity Wars just happened. I need to know what's going on. Yeah. I need to know what's coming up. I need to know. Yeah. I need some teases. That's what I needed real bad at this point. So first one. The first one.
We have... They're on a rooftop.
Uh-huh.
I guess it's a rooftop. It looks like a rooftop.
Yeah, it's a rooftop.
They have a van up there.
Yes.
They have created a smaller quantum tunnel in... It was Luis's van, right?
Yes.
They're going to send Scott in there because they need somebody to go in to grab some of those healing particles or whatever so that they can give it to Ghost.
Right.
Because, she needs ongoing stuff.
Treatment.
Exactly. So that's what they're going in there for. Gathering the healing particles for Ghost.
Yes.
So they send him in there. We'll see in a countdown, we'll see
everything's going well,
however long. He goes in, he grabs what he needs. He's like, all right, you guys can bring me out. And they start counting down.
Yeah. They get to 3. Static.
2 static. Oh no, what happened? He's like,
funny guys. Real funny.
Haha, real funny, let me out.
Bring me out.
And then he's like, hello, guys. And then it shows what happened. And there's just dust everywhere. They were all taken out in the snap.
That's rough odds for them. Rough.
Oh man, that is so bad.
He is stuck.
He's stuck in the quantum realm. Yeah, so not good.
Yep.
Not good.
That one, I was like, okay, good tease. Okay.
It was so good.
What's the end one gonna be? What's gonna happen? This is the first one, great. Second one, give me some more, baby.
Here we go.
Give me some more. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I want to know some more. Yes, let's go. Get me ready for the next movie.
Post-credit.
Come on.
Post-credit. Post-credit. Post-credit.
Yeah, post-credit.
Is an ant playing the drums?
Yes. The screen shows that there's been there's nothing happening.
It's like an emergency.
It's emergency broadcast
signal thing on the TV, and you just hear drumming.
Yeah, and it's just the ant
playing the drums.
I was so mad. I can't tell you. I was so upset. I was just like, what was that? What was that?
I figured it wasn't going to show anything. Because usually the mid-credit one is the one that's the most important one.
Not always.
Most of the time, though, I feel like.
A lot of them, there's been a lot of one was Loki / Doctor, what's his name, getting the Tesseract. One was them delivering the Reality Stone, the Collector, which is cool.
I feel like a lot of them, it's if they do a mid and a post, if the mid one is a good one, then the post one's going to be nothing.
I don't know.
But if the mid one is just what was that? Then the post one is going to be real good. But I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I was mad. So, yeah. Maybe that's why I didn't have the best taste in my mouth of this movie, because I just remember being burned from that. Because I don't think I've seen it since the theater. I think that was the first time I've seen it and the last time since now. So, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting much after that. After the mid one.
You weren't me. You weren't. I was.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm not you. I was not
full
you.
nerdum at this point. I was big time. I was coming up with theories. What's going to happen with Thanos? Ant-Man's stuck in the quantum realm. Maybe he's going to travel. Since time doesn't matter, he's going to travel on to there. He's going to cause this stuff. Maybe since he snapped, then all the Celestials, who he snapped half the Celestials, they're going to be mad. They're going to come by. Scott's going to warn him about this. This is all happening. So this is where I was at. Okay, this was my life at this time. I am sharing this with you. So, yes, I was very mad at this thing that nothing happened. Nothing happened. I needed something.
And you're getting very loud.
I don't care. This is where I was at. I was very loud at this time. I was saying all this stuff. So, yes. That's why I was upset. So anyway, luckily I'm much better now. I don't get that way anymore. What's our snack? Yeah, I think I liked it better this time than the first time.
Okay.
Maybe because I knew that thing was coming up and it was fine. Because I know how it works out now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess anything else we need to say?
I don't know.
Well, then our snack today is Mountain Dew Baja Passion Fruit Punch.
Mm-hmm.
So are the Bajas the ones that go straight to Taco Bell?
I don't know.
Because like Baja Blast, I think they've been releasing it lately, but it was like strictly you could only get it at Taco Bell.
Okay.
Maybe this Baja Passion Fruit Punch is the same.
Maybe.
Because there's a chance to win a $500 Taco Bell gift card. Like
there is, yeah.
I don't know how we do this, but... Oh, you got to enter.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not going to do that.
No.
I mean, it takes a lot for me to actually go on and enter in to win something.
It's like if there's a QR code somewhere on there that I can just scan and it will immediately tell me if I have won or lost.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Remember when they used to put them under the caps and stuff and you'd open them up, it's like you're a winner.
Yep.
Free Dr. Pepper or something.
They used to.
So great.
They used to sometimes put them under the cap. They would also put them under the label there.
Yep.
I remember those.
I miss that
And sometimes it would just be a
much.
code that you would have to input somewhere, but...
Yeah, that's still too...
I would still do it.
Yeah.
Just to see.
But
especially because it wouldn't be like you have to create an account kind of thing. It'd just be like, check your code. And I'd be like, okay. And I'd check the code and I'd be like, well, I didn't win anything.
Yeah. But I love that instant gratification of taking off that cap and seeing if you're a winner or not. I enjoyed that.
There are actually 3 of these flavors, I think, out right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what the other 2 are. One of them is blue.
Is that not Baja Blast? Because that's blue.
Maybe it is.
Or is it that one we tried
There's
last
one
time?
that's Caribbean Splash.
Okay.
So I can't tell if that one... There's a picture, but I can't tell. Maybe that's the red one. But there's a picture that I'm looking at that it is very, very low res, so I can't read anything other than Mountain Dew on those bottles.
Oh, yeah. So the blue one is Baja Blast.
Okay.
You can tell that's on there. And then the red one, I didn't get to see.
I think it must be the Caribbean one.
Probably.
Caribbean Splash.
Yeah. So I guess maybe they're just releasing them out to the world for a limited time, maybe.
Maybe. Do you like passion fruit?
Yeah. I got nothing against passion fruit. It smells good.
It smells real good.
Feels like really good bubble gum I used to have when I was a kid.
Gosh, it's so fruity.
Mm.
It smells so good. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw passion fruit, I was like, yeah, this is going to be my jam, I think. So unless they just mess something up like crazy.
Have you ever had a passion fruit by itself?
No, but I've had passion fruit juice.
Yeah. I've never had one just straight up.
No. The taste is a little bit lighter than I was expecting. It's like not
really?
quite as...
I feel like it's pretty strong.
It's not that strong to me.
Interesting.
But it's good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a citrusy grape. I don't know why. But I like it.
It's pretty good.
Did we try another Mountain Dew recently?
Maybe. We tried something recently. It was a Coke. We tried the Ultimate Coke.
Yeah, but we
I don't know. Maybe the last Mountain Dew one that we did was the Flamin' Hot. Is that the only Mountain Dew we
think so.
Because we did Dr. Pepper, the strawberries and cream one.
Mm-hmm. I'm liking this. It's good.
It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could drink like a lot of them.
I could down a few.
But I mean, I enjoy this one. This is really good.
All right. Well, what are you gonna rate it?
I don't know. Do you know what you're gonna rate it?
I might give it an 8.
I'm debating. Because I
almost want to give it an 8.5.
Because I feel like 8 may be a little too high, but also
really?
I feel like 7.5 is a little too low.
Yeah.
So I guess
7.75.
I'm not doing 0.75s and 2.5s and stuff. No. I guess I'll go ahead and give it an 8.
All right.
That sounds good enough.
Good job, Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I like this. I like this.
Baja Blast is also very good.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Baja is really good. Mountain Dew is pretty good overall.
Yeah. I haven't tried. I know there are like other Mountain Dew flavors because there's like a melon one that I've never tried.
Did we not try the melon one?
No, I've never tried the melon one.
But yeah, there's like Code Red, Pitch Black, all that stuff. I like those. They're really good. Oh yeah, we tried the one that was like blue raspberry version of Mountain Dew.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that we didn't really like.
It was like summer freeze.
Summer freeze.
Summer freeze. Because every time I looked at it, I would start singing Summer Breeze, but Summer Freeze.
Yeah, we hated that joke too.
I did. I hated it every single time that I thought of it, as I was like, every single time I was editing the video, every time I listened to the episode, and I'd hear Summer Freeze, and I'd just be like, Summer Freeze, and I would just be like, I hate it so much.
This is way better than Summer Freeze.
Oh yes, this is
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Because that was the Summer Freeze one. I think I took like 2 sips of it, and I was like, I'm done. Don't want it. And then this one, I'm going to be drinking the rest of this.
Yep.
You already finished your half.
I downed it pretty good. I was also very thirsty.
Oh, okay.
But good job, Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
Keep
this
it
was
coming.
very enjoyable. I like it.
Now I want to try the Caribbean
Yeah.
one. If we see it.
If I can find that Caribbean summer
it.
one, yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure I saw one, but it was... I'm pretty sure I saw it. I won't say one, because I think I saw it, but it was like a 6-pack of them or something. And I was like... I don't know if I'm going to like it. I don't want to grab that much. I don't want to have that much and then be like, oh, this is awful.
It's a big commitment. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I worked with somebody who would buy the flavors. She liked all the like flavored stuff. And so she'd buy like a 12-pack of them and try them. And then occasionally she wouldn't like it. She's like, I got to work through this.
Oh, man.
Pack of them.
No.
But I admire that commitment.
No, when you do that... And if you don't like them, you just take them to work and say, you know, hey, I bought these if anybody wants to try one.
Yeah.
Which is what I do if there's any kind of like, any of these snacks that we try that I don't like.
Yeah.
If you don't like them and I don't like them, it's like, oh, I'm just going to take them to work and we'll see if somebody else wants some. Yeah. It's worked pretty well so far.
Yeah. All right. Well, how did you like Ant-Man and the Wasp? Let us know. How's this Mountain Dew rank with all the others? You can let us know on X.
Oh, gosh.
At Having Fun Cast or on Facebook at Having Fun Pod.
Or you can send us an email to havingfunpod@gmail.com.
All right. Go have fun and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.